certain questions I need to answer.
Yeah, we live now.
Oh God.
What's going on, everybody? This is yours truly, Mufasa Fashaw, and I do have a special guest with me today. Lovely young lady, very beautiful.
It's toxic.
Her name is Sheena, right? And me and her go back and forth, but we definitely have we agree on some things and we respectfully disagree on some things, you know what I'm saying? And this is very rare. Y'all know I don't really bring women on my show, so you know she got some type of sense. Okay? You want to tell people about yourself, how they can reach you?
How could they?
Okay, she don't even want y'all to reach her.
Yeah.
All right, good.
But
she is an author. She wrote a book. I love the book.
You were supposed to get two.
My daughter loves it. Yeah, I'm gonna get another one. Like I always say, man, we're here to be the most alpha male version of ourselves, the best man you could be, and that goes to show us a lot of things about life. And I hate to say it, like we're definitely going to have to deal with people the right way. Figure out who's an asset, who's a liability, who has issues, who don't have issues, who you can trust, who you cannot trust. That is very important to being the best man you could possibly be. Or like I like to say, the most alpha version of yourself. The first topic me and her discussed was what did we discuss first?
Family upbringing and how it has an effect on relationships.
All right, family upbringing and how it has an effect on relationships. I'm gonna let you start off with that one because I do want you to run point on that one. Because
when we were talking about topics and that one came across my mind because just various conversations that I've had with a lot of people, and your upbringing has a lot to do with how you think, how you move, not just relationships, friendships, anything that you really have to make decisions on. But I wanted to talk specifically about relationships because I see how people in our age group, I would say, how their upbringing.
I'm older than you.
Okay, but we're still in the same little group.
I'm 34.
It has an effect. Okay, and I'm touching 30.
Okay, touching 30.
And see, even you, for instance, like you were raised, both your parents are together. They're married.
Right.
You were raised in a 2-parent household. So instantly you wanted
a 2-parent household.
Right.
Because I know.
Okay.
It makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Okay.
And you got the good end of the stick.
What part of the stick did you get?
I was raised in a 2-parent household.
All right, then you got the good end too.
I got the good end. I was raised with my mother and my stepfather. They've been together since I was 2.
All right, cool.
So what I tell people all the time is like, when you're exposed to something, in this case, 2-parent households, you are able to decide you either want to follow suit or what not to do. When you take away a parent, you start to make up things in your head, which I love my women, but a lot of women do. I've seen it. Women.
So they become delusional.
Not delusional. Yeah. Don't use that word.
Oh, see, come on.
Don't use that word.
Let's get straight to the point.
Start to make up false realities.
Can you give us an example of false reality?
Okay, for instance.
Straight from the horse's mouth, fellas.
Stop it, okay? But, okay, for example.
You say this is a safe place.
It better be a safe space. That's why I won't give out my IG. But,
all right.
For instance, I have this homegirl who, she was actually raised in a no-parent household. She was raised by her grandmother. And her mother was, in so many words, an ain't shit woman.
Oh, we're going to get to that.
Who decided not to raise her. And unfortunately, her father passed away when she was young. he was murdered. So she struggles with relationships, and we have a lot of conversations, and she makes up like things that really don't make sense. Like, you have this thing of what you think a man should be, but you was never raised with a man in the household. So
you're dealing with a woman that struggles to understand men,
and unfortunately in her situation,
herself,
because she had no sense. But this is why I'm saying, like, also the upbringing. Okay, so
yeah. When they come from a questionable childhood in the background, I would tell myself, based on my experiences, that it's gonna be a tough ride. I ain't got time for it. Mm-hmm. You got to do the proper work and heal the correct way and understand, life. And those girls maybe those women take a little bit longer to come around. And I suggest any man, when y'all dating or want to look for a wife to settle down, you might want to vet these women and see their background information. Not saying she's a bad person, right? But some people are just bad at relationships, which, that's not the end all be all. It's not the end of the world, right? Do you think she's wifey material?
Oh,
no, just being honest.
This particular homegirl?
Yes.
I told you about this homegirl. Unfortunately, she made some bad decisions.
Oh yeah, she's not wifey material. Man. We ain't even finna play around. We gonna do semantics on this show, man. We gonna keep it real. Not saying she's a bad person. She's just.
But not saying that women or men who were raised in single parent households aren't husband or wife material. I've witnessed people who are questionable tend to come from a shaky upbringing.
Yes, and with that being said, you gotta always ask them. I always ask people, like, okay, you had some traumatic experiences. How did you get over that? How did you overcome that? Did you heal from that? Or are you still working on it? And that's gonna tell me whether I need to take them seriously at the moment or take my time. So I don't just cancel people out. Like, I don't do that. Like, I like to ease into things.
So when you have this conversation, at what point of the dating process do you have this conversation?
Dating sucks, all right?
It does. But it's what's your favorite color? What do you like to do?
Let's have fun first. Mm-hmm.
I guess when you start to take someone serious.
Okay, let's stimulate each other first, right? Mm-hmm. And once we like the stimulation, I'm going to let y'all mind run wild. But some women men like conversation and all that other stuff, right? Mm-hmm. That's when you start to look in, because all you getting from a woman is a representative. You don't really know her yet. You don't know how crazy she is. She ain't acting crazy. She ain't doing certain things.
That goes both ways.
Yeah, but as y'all get used to each other, the guards come down, you get kind of comfortable, then you see the fangs a little bit. Now, once you start to see the fangs and the red flags, you got to ask yourself, can I handle this can I take this into a serious relationship? Can I handle it? And most of us be like, yeah. Some of us are like, nah, I can't handle it, right? So it just depends on who you are. That's why I always tell men, take themselves seriously. Your life is a business. All right? It ain't nothing to be played with. They like to say life is a movie. I say life is a business. All right? And if you don't take it seriously, right? Take your life seriously or run it like a business, you're going to run it to the ground. And any and everybody could get your energy. So you want to value yourself and have that self-respect. And a lot of people, I'm not even going to say women, but a lot of people who come from broken homes, they struggle with self-respect. They struggle with respecting people. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? I done dealt with young ladies, right, that would talk to me crazy. I'm like, my mama never talked to me like that. So so I'm going to let you know for a fact, you could get cut off anytime.
But see, that ties into what I was saying too. It's like, when you are shown something, you're either going to follow suit or you're going to know what not to do.
Let me tell you, the excuse was, well, in my house, this is how we grew up. And I said, well, then we not equally yoked, and I need somebody with more decorum. Yeah. Somebody who's smoother than that, who know how to get their point across and still be respectful. And a lot of people, especially black people, we struggle with getting our point across and carrying respect with it. And that really comes down to an issue of maturity. Did your mama push maturity in your household? Was that something you were taught? A lot of people weren't taught maturity. They were just taught to retaliate, react. Somebody hit you, you hit them back. Somebody say something nasty about you, you say something nasty back. So that's the tough part. And it sucks because they take that same mentality into the relationship.
Right.
Now, instead of, say me and you together, me looking at you like your man, you my woman, I'm looking at you as, man, you my opponent because you said something I ain't like yesterday. So now I got to show you. Mm-hmm. Now I got to get you back. Yes. Now I got to do tit for tat. And you don't want to be with people like that because it gets draining. It's not natural. You know what I'm saying?
But for a lot of people, it is because that's what they know.
And I want to stay away from them people. I'm going to just be honest.
That was their upbringing. That's what they know. That's what they're...
And if you're trying to be the most alpha male version of yourself, you need to stay away from those women who cannot control their reactions.
And men who can't control.
Red, that's for you to say.
There.
I'm not
it should just be people, but...
This is some good Remy.
You need to stop drinking.
I'm smarter when I drink.
Oh, okay.
I'm smarter. All right.
But yeah, family upbringing is important. I think for me, because I don't like to waste time, and as you know, I'm a runner. I'm a track star. When I don't like stuff, I like to dip out.
Dip out.
And I think that's the first date question. How was your upbringing?
It don't matter. You might still get bullshit, fellas. So you still gotta observe and see what they do. I'm gonna let you be who you are, right? That's always been my thing, and I let every guy know when I do my consultations. Just sit back. Yeah, you might like this woman a lot. You might be high on the horse. She might release a lot of dopamine inside of you, right? She might stimulate you a lot, but you still gotta calm down and still gotta hold frame, so you know what kind of woman she is. Because the same woman that could put you on top of the world can have you feeling like you're in hell.
It could bring you down to your knees.
I wouldn't say knees now, but
okay.
But anyway, well, I wouldn't say knees. So anytime somebody, like you said, you're a runner, you're a track star. Well, you running away from a blessing. That's how I look at it. All right, so you run away from me, you run away from your blessing. That's on you. All right, and it's always gonna be on you.
I'm blocking my blessings. Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of people block.
And I've been told that.
So you've been told that. So I'm not mad at you. You just being who you are. So I'm.
But okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
So what you're telling me is first date.
Where did you get that from, though? Did you get that from your upbringing?
About walking away?
Yeah.
No. No,
you developed that because you've been dealing with people who had crazy upbringing.
That's the go-to.
I don't want to project on you.
That's the go-to. Yeah, I've been told that too. Like, who you dealt with is that. I think that I have some commitment issues.
Yeah, go ahead, lay on that couch. I got you. This is about to turn into a therapy session.
I think I got a little commitment issues.
Why you say that with a smile?
Because I'm being real with myself. Mm-hmm. Like, it's...
Yeah, you better come on this show be real.
I'm not going to be in denial. I'm not going to, shy away from what it is. I think I have... You understand? At a very young age, I got in a very serious, committed relationship.
Red flag.
And why is that a red flag?
Because at a very young age, you shouldn't be in a committed relationship with all these distractions. Because you couldn't really focus. Man, you had what I like to call the social media transponder. So you had instant access to better men than the men you was dating.
Oh, no, I didn't care about that.
Yeah, that's what they say, fellas.
That I did not care about that.
Then what happened?
What had happened was... What actually happened
when
was...
you hear what had happened was...
was becoming a woman, I no longer was attracted to what I was attracted to at 17.
All right, so this is where I come back to upbringing. What was your goal? What was your parents' goals for you? No, be honest with me.
My mom wanted me to be courtside to go get a ball player.
All right. Was he a ball player?
No, he wasn't.
All right, then.
I was rebellious.
That was the wrong relationship for you.
I was rebellious.
If he was a ball player or a baller, or
he treated me wonderfully.
Who cares? You wasn't programmed to be with a man like that. Right? You wasn't programmed to be with a man like that. You was programmed to be with a baller. And you didn't get that baller. Not yet, but you working on it.
Not yet. No, I'm not working on it. But I'm just saying it's not yet.
All right. But listen, once you get the baller.
No, but see, I'd rather.
It will fall into place with you because that's what you was. And I say this about raising kids. You program your kid. When I had this conversation about, these girls, they was raised and they end up being, would you want your daughter to end up doing OnlyFans? No, right? No. Or being a stripper? No. Every girl you talk to that was a stripper, that do sex work or anything, you will hear, if you go deep enough, you would hear where their parents fucked up at. And it's always something they did or did not do in their childhood to make them not steer away from that lifestyle, that lane, right? And this is why I tell people all the time, you have to invest in your child. I'm not just talking about money, but time. Sit down and talk to them and reason with your child, right? So your mom probably sit down. You need a man that's gonna take care of you, that's balling, that got money. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's called female nature, because you're going to look for a man who, in actuality, can make you focus on your kids more. You ain't gotta focus on the job. You ain't gotta focus on where the next meal coming from or get up in the morning and go hustle. You're really supposed to be your natural state. The way God designed you was to be a wife and a mother.
And that's fine. I just ain't found my
husband. But a lot of women will fight to the death about nah. Like, whatever you did or whatever job you got, a man created that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I'm just being honest with you. You're supposed to be a helpmeet. And I always say this too. I said, the smartest kids are usually kids who mom can stay home with them and teach them and raise them. They have higher reading scores. You get it? They have higher reading scores. They come out more intelligent because guess what? The woman in her rightful place. So most
in her rightful place?
Rightful place.
Oh, baby.
All right? I'm not saying a woman can't run a business or anything, but a lot of women, believe it or not, they don't put their kids first. They put their career first. I don't think you like that, but we got to do what we got to do because we live in a different society now. It's matriarchy, and this is one of the cons of it.
The society we live in right now is expensive, so that's not even fully a reality.
It's expensive. They done created it to where, they done created it to where.
It's so funny.
They done created it to where both people got to work.
Yeah.
So the average black woman make $41,000 a year. The average black man, since we're black, makes $43,000 a year. So I figure you need to make $83,000 a year for your wife to stay home, right? With good budgeting, and you know what the fuck you're doing. You need $83,000, right? So with that being said, most men ain't even think like that, because I really did the research. So now you got to get a woman who grew up around men they could trust, because when you try to tell a woman who never had men around to do anything, or they never seen a man provide for them, when you tell them, hey man, you could take a few years off your career, Them motherfuckers look at you like you a goddamn ghost. Cause I done tell them, I'm just being honest. I'm like, you get married, can you take 3 years of school off?
So
3 years of your career off? And they be like, hell no.
Cause we kind of walked into this. Another topic that I did want to talk about today.
Childhood upbringing though.
Yeah.
Your mama ain't raised you
but
to be up under a man. She raised you. Go get your, most girls, black girls, go to college, get your degree, get your good job so you ain't got to depend on what?
A man.
Exactly.
But see,
exactly.
But no, see, no, not my mama. She told me to go courtside and she told me to get a baller so I don't have to work like how she had to work.
Exactly.
But she showed me something else. My mom was married at 22.
What she told you about them ballers though?
She had nothing till I got older.
She ain't tell you about ballers?
No, she just said get
if
one.
I'm about, first of all, I ain't even a baller. All right? I'm going to tell you like that. Yeah, I do good for myself, but I ain't even no baller. But if I'm $1 million man, I got options.
Which I learned as I got older.
I got options.
And I ain't got time.
But that's what your mom raised you. So she missed a step. She ain't prepare you mentally. Like, just make sure you the number one option. She ain't tell you that. Did she told you that?
She just said, I don't want to be number one though.
See, women want. I'm gonna tell you what women.
The only one.
Men want virgin hoes, and women. I'm gonna do a whole podcast on this. Men want virgin hoes, and women want faithful millionaires. Yep. That's good looking. I'll take this man got $1 million. He good looking. He got muscles. He got a beard. He about 6'5", doing all. You think you the only one?
And a big dick. Don't forget that part, because that part.
Okay, you think?
Because I done found a nigga with all that and little shrimpy. And
oh my God! Oh,
little shrimpy.
Oh Lord!
All right, sir.
Drink to that.
You ain't got time for that neither.
Well.
So okay.
Okay, so good in the bed, well endowed in the bedroom and all of that. So once he hit all them boxes, you think you the only one.
Yeah, because that's not being realistic. No, I wouldn't.
Men are naturally polyamorous anyway. So the more successful they is, the more polyamorous they are. Okay. So I just need you to get that in your head. Not saying you in a sister-wife situation, but he might have some dealings on the side. I'm just being honest, but a lot of women, their moms ain't tell them that part. That's the whole part. That's the whole process of this. And they ain't gotta really tell them, because then they be like, oh, he ain't cheated on you. Girl, take him to court and do the whole alimony thing. Now, I done been in situations where I done talked to women that got 3 kids from the man, even though he paid for everything, paid for the house, everything, and still hate the man. When they should have just been with him. Had the other chick, hey, come over and help me take care of these kids. I done been in a situation where she was like, I got all these kids and he never come through and he pay all this, da 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 da. I'm like, well, you should have just told her, like, look, man, let's just work together. You love him enough to be with him. I love him too. These are his children. But they don't even think like that. You know why? Ego.
I have missed the point. What's something's wrong here in this conversation?
It ain't no point. It ain't no point.
So you say the woman, the baby mama, essentially.
Your mama should have prepared you for polyamory.
No.
Polygamy.
No.
Your mama should have. No. That's my point.
Nope.
See, and this is what I was talking about, fellas. Me and her don't agree on everything. No. See, I'm just being honest with you. See, but they don't prepare these women for polygamy. They prepare these women to say, this man is bad because he want to take his dick that God gave him and use it how he wants to use it.
That is bad. If you're a married man, you better not be. See, as I got older, and
how many wives and concubines King Solomon had?
Listen.
Wait, ask my question.
I don't know. I don't even know who
1,000.
And that's
King
nasty.
Solomon in the Bible.
And that's nasty. That's a lot.
Most people get monogamy. You know where monogamy come from? Christianity, and they use the Bible to back it.
So you go get you in a poly relationship.
I'm just saying, your childhood upbringing should have prepared you. Like, men, when a man loves you, he will protect and provide for you. That don't mean he's gonna be monogamous. And a lot of women miss that point.
No.
A lot of.
So.
Oh, you ain't feeling this. You ain't see what's coming in. You ain't feeling this.
I'm not.
All right.
Cause let me tell you.
Let's go. Let me see your side of the story. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let you talk.
Like I said,
I like to hear your voice.
Growing up, my mother, I was raised in a
and you pretty
household.
to look at. Y'all don't know she pretty to look at too.
She was married when she was 22, and been together my whole, like, basically since I was 2, they've been together. And
so that's pretty much your father.
Yeah, I call him dad.
All right.
He calls me his daughter. And still my daughter calls him, grandfather. You need to stop drinking. But yeah, my mom worked really hard, so right. she didn't want me to work as hard. So she said, "Shit, go to those little games, and you cute, get you a baller." But my mom does not know that lifestyle, so she was just saying it to throw it out there. It's not what I did. I went to college. I went to grad school. I did that route. Shit, last month alone, I brought in $12K. Mm-hmm. I will not tolerate that type of behavior. I don't give a fuck how much money he got. Mm-hmm. So as I got older and I realized that those type of men move in that way. Not only that, also the whole staying home, take care of home, barefoot and pregnant thing. You don't want to stay home? No, because with that comes... Get back in the kitchen. I don't like to be told back in that what kitchen. To do. Exactly. See? You don't like that. But I love to cook. How did it make you feel? What you mean? When I say get back in that kitchen. Do I like a slave to you? I just asked how it make you feel. So I don't like that either. Which brings my point. Fellas, if you want a woman to cook for you, get a woman that loves to cook. That's another thing too. So you can not just everybody dodge knows that. How to cook. So you know how to cook. I do. Allegedly. Because I ain't never tasted none of your food. This nigga here. I told you. Allegedly. You got to pick it up. I cannot cook and deliver it to you. Why not? Nigga. God, that's what's wrong with you men these days. She don't see me as just the number one alpha male in her life. That's why if I was the number one alpha male, she'll cook and drop it off to me. Really? Fellas, I'm just letting y'all know. Okay. And drop it off. You live how far from me? Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Put that part in. No, we're not gonna personalize this podcast. I would never cook then drop it to you unless you drop something in my bank account through Zelle, Cash App, Venmo. I'm a fair man. Mm-hmm. So if I was busy and I was pressed for time, I would put something in your bank account. Thank you. To drop it to you. I appreciate it. Right. Mm-hmm. Because time is money and time is very valuable. We can't get time back. At all. But if I have the time and we set it up where you cook something and I see what you're talking about, then cool. I'm going to take your word for it because you never lied to me. So I'm going to take your word for it. That's what I'm saying. You allegedly love to cook and know how to cook. That's a great quality to have for a wife, right? Mm-hmm. So, but you don't like... I hear a butt. But you don't like being told what to do. No. Do you like being asked to do things? Think about it. If you love your man enough and he asks you to do something, are you going to say yes 80% of the time? Yes. All right, cool. Yes. Hey, babe, I'm hungry. Hey, babe, I want a threesome. Fuck you. All right. And cool. That bitch you thinking about fucking. Golly, boy, it's so hot. So we ain't got to cuss. No, that's. Hey, babe, I want a threesome. You like to throw that out there, like I'm thinking you're gonna say, "Hey, babe, I would like something to eat." Hey, I got it. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna take shit to the extreme. Yeah, you did. All right, cool. Did. Hey, babe, I want a threesome. Have you had a threesome? Come on now. Come on, alpha man. You talking to the alpha done. Come on, alpha man. You talking to the alpha. Hey, listen, you nasty. First of all, that's a podcast for another day. I'm gonna call that the sexual underworld.
But it's not of importance on my list because that has nothing to do with you being the most alpha version of yourself if you're getting threesomes or not. All right? Having sex with a bunch of women does not make you an alpha male. Let me say this again. Having sex with a bunch of women does not make you an alpha male.
I'll say it louder for the people in the back.
Having sex with a bunch of women does not make you an alpha male. It just complicates your life. You're going to get a lot of trips to the clinic and a lot of baby scares.
Baby scares or child support payments, depending on how shit
goes. So that player shit ain't never get you nowhere. Now, I'm going to teach y'all how to do it the right way. All right? You want to treat your dick like a prize, and everybody can't get your dick. But we gonna talk about that later.
Not that you stingy with the dick.
Yeah.
Stingy with the dick. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, that's respectable though, because a lot of men aren't.
Semen retention. We'll talk about that later. But yeah. So my thing is going all the way back to childhood upbringing, how it affects relationships and other cultures.
Actually, I had another story.
God damn.
About that.
You ever heard?
Because I had a girl version.
You never cut a man off when he telling a story.
Here we go with this thing.
But I wasn't telling the story. I'm just letting you know.
This is when I
never cut a man off when he's explaining his point or telling a story. But go ahead, baby.
Actually, it's very rude to cut anyone off.
Yeah, you just did rude.
So I will apologize for that.
Go and apologize on the show.
And you got this recorded. It did not actually happen, did it? But I will apologize.
Don't gaslight me. Go ahead, man.
But yeah, it's wrong to cut off anyone. So you're absolutely right. I should have said excuse me, or put up my church finger and waited to be addressed.
Don't worry, I'm gonna show her how it's done. Go ahead.
You was sick. But no, yeah, it's like I said and not saying homegirl because we don't speak anymore. So it was a former homegirl. That situation is, yeah, because she's like, I told you about the girl before. She's like super side bitch. She doesn't respect
some
other
women are
people's
concubines. We don't want to say side bitch. Some women are concubines.
Okay, whatever you want to call it. She's out of control. She doesn't respect relationships. She's been with multiple men who's been in relationship with other women, and she's fine with that. Which, as a woman, I'm not. Okay. And I don't like to involve myself or be around people with that type of energy, which is why I withdrew mine. But on another topic, I had a homeboy who.
So do you see? Wait, let me ask you this, because this.
Excuse you for cutting me off, but
I have to.
Oh, you have to. Okay, that's an excuse now. Okay. I
have to. So, do you see her as an asset or a liability?
Liability. That's why she was cut off.
Keep going.
So, separate story. I had a homeboy. I have a homeboy who, it's actually admirable seeing his growth now because he was raised by an ancient woman. And the effect it had on him is he didn't trust women. He loved women, but he did not trust women.
That was a smart man.
Really?
Yes.
Because he's seen his mom do a lot of trifling shit.
Love and trust are two totally different things. I love my mom to death, right? My mom told me not to trust women.
Okay. We could be conniving.
Oh, we know. We have social media. We see the bullshit.
Women are sneakier than men.
Y'all not really, man. Anyways.
We are.
So go ahead and tell us about this particular man right here, who's pretty smart.
Not pretty smart.
For when I see.
So when I asked him, because I asked him, he will always question something about a woman. I'm like, well, what is that about? And he was like, my mom. Long story short, he's a junior to a man that's not his actual father. And that's
weird.
The mom was trifling. The mom really didn't know who the father was. Pinned it on the person. Came out years later.
Pinned it on the best man for the job,
which was her husband.
That's what women usually do who don't know the father.
And he was actually a product of his older sibling's father. So she doubled back. And yeah, it was really interesting. And he witnessed all these things growing up. So he doesn't trust women.
Since you're on the Apple College show, we love women. We don't have to trust them.
Oh, goodness.
We don't. We done see it on social media. Young man out there got accused of raping a little boy. Come to find out, he never did that. But it was already out there in the space. You get what I'm saying? I done did a podcast about how I've been accused of being broke. All right, a rapist, an abuser, and gay. Those 3 things, I called it the brag episode, right? When I did all of that, I basically broke down every situation where a woman tried to ruin my life by either calling me broke. That's the easiest one. Oh, then they'll tell you got a little dick, right? So they'll say something. They either, because women can't, like, you see me. There ain't too many women that's going to fight me and beat me up. So they can't beat you up. So they're going to try another way to do it. And like my mom used to say, hell has no fury like a woman scorned. I'm like, God. Man, I don't know what you talking about, but that ain't going to be me. And then God. It's me. I'm like, every time I break up, walk away from a chick, or like move the hell on, it's something else. And it's something different. And I tell men all the time, I say, the best thing you could do with a woman, 2 things. You can either let her break up with you or do a smooth breakup. But whatever you do not just up and leave. You know, you don't want to be with her no more. You want to make sure it's smooth and it's respectful. Now, my breakups, now that I'm older, I see where I could have triggered them. Mm-hmm. All right. Because I'm the type, we not together. Blah, 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 blah. And then you just see me with a new girl. You're going to do what you did. So I done been in a situation where I had to go to court and fight for my child back. You know what I'm saying? I done been in situations where somebody said, I beat them up and destroyed the house when you actually destroyed the house and I stopped you from doing it, right? I done been in those situations publicly. Facebook, Instagram, whatever. People messaging me like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. I'm like, you just gonna take her word for it? I never did anything. Like, then if you be in those situations, you don't want to be in those situations. I done been in situations where a chick like slandered me. So, and I ain't cheat, I ain't do nothing. I just ain't want to talk. I ain't want to deal with her no more. So that's why I let men know that you need to vet these women before you go being all Casanova.
Not Casanova.
And telling them about forevers. We like to do that as men. We like to tell them about forevers and shit. So don't tell them about forevers or be Casanova, right? So it all boils back to what my mom said. You can't trust them, right? And don't be doing this. Don't be telling lies. And that's where I always put that. I tell them, I say, you a true alpha male. You ain't got a lot of no woman. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to tell them you the only one, but you be like, yeah, I'm dating. I got options, right? So they won't be, oh my God, I thought I was the only one, and all that bullshit. Now, if you tell them that they the only one, make sure they the only one. You get what I'm saying? Or make sure they have some kind of sense to understand who you are as a man. I'm gonna leave that to the air, but but you don't want to be in those situations where all your you done seen this shit before. Motherfuckers put all the business on Facebook.
I've seen it.
And break up with the man and be with the man.
Right back with him.
Right back with him.
Yeah.
Now you make yourself look bad as a man. And, you know, I always tell them this. I say, look, if I get in a serious relationship, move it. Let's say a move-in situation. Don't you call my mama about no bullshit that we got going on.
Call your mama?
Yes, I've been in those situations.
Not their mama. Called your mama.
Don't vent to no friends. I done been in situations where friends was saying business about what the fuck I had going on. Like, bruh.
Yeah.
You told it. So,
I feel
now.
like me and you had this conversation before.
We're on Applecology Podcast. Of course we had conversations like this before.
No, you and I, outside of the podcast, don't do that. I don't like people in my business in general. Mm-hmm. Especially when
but that's why I like you.
Because
I could respect.
I dealt with it.
Yeah.
On the other end.
Oh, see, now I'm gonna say it's a lot of whole ass niggas out there that do that too. So it's a lot of men out there.
They get on the phone. They call their mama, and that's all she wrote. Mama go tell auntie.
Everybody, yeah. Now the whole family mad.
Now the whole family looking at you
so
sideways
when y'all make up, guess what happens?
You look like Boo Boo the fool.
Yeah, but this what's
you
even worse.
Up,
they don't make up,
right? And then it's just
so now everybody in your ear like you don't need to be. Remember he did this to you. Remember he did that to you. Why you still with him? It's gonna be that situation. So you don't want to do that. So I tell men who work on listen to Alphacology like relationships are hard because you gotta lay down the foundation, the boundaries, the ground rules, and understand like if that woman don't see you as the leader of the relationship, it's going to be like pulling teeth. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the end all be all of all your problems. You don't want to go, even if I say this too, if you take your ass to counseling, you done lost.
How do you figure that?
You done lost. We'll talk about it later.
I promote counseling.
Individual counseling.
Both.
No, I don't do couples.
What?
All right, I'll say this. Couples counseling is before you go into marriage, which is a live-in situation. Mm-hmm. I don't even play like that. Like I said this plenty of times. I see shit in black and white. So say me and you move in together, we're going to motherfucking go to counseling before you move into my motherfucking house.
Okay.
Right? But if we midway through the relationship and we get rocky and we gotta go to the counselor, that means we ain't being real with each other.
Right.
So I done been in 2 relationships where I had to go to 2 counseling sessions and I seen a motherfucker lie to me and to the counselor.
Oh, of course.
So it don't work. If a liar gonna lie, they gonna lie to everyone.
And that's just where it ends. And there's no saving it.
Yeah,
however,
I respect, like, and I tell men this all the time. You want to tell the truth all the time. Even if you mess up. Yeah, I messed up. I was with her last night. Da-da-da-da. Because one thing is, once you lose respect with a woman, whether she get back with you or not, she ain't going to have no respect for you. Respect and love are 2 different things.
It is.
You could love me to death and still have no respect for me.
And I've seen that as well.
So, y'all hear that? Say it again.
I've seen that as well.
From women, right?
Yes.
All right.
From both, but yeah, women.
I don't know about both, but yeah.
Women, matter of fact, recently had a situation, every once in a while, I don't know, people like to confide in me and tell me their business. It's a situation with a couple. This woman made more money than her man. They lived together. She got pregnant. She decided to have an abortion.
Jesus.
Even though, against his wishes.
Oh yeah, that relationship should have been over.
Should have. Because I don't see how you can recover from that, especially when...
It is her body, her choice.
But
it's my relationship, my choice. It's my relationship, my choice. So if you do some shit I don't like, I'm out of there.
But see, when you lay down with someone, you're with, and you guys make a child, it's that's their child too. So I don't really believe in that. It's your woman is your body, your choice, because it was your choice to put on a condom. And as a woman, you decided to go without the condom, and now you're in a situation, and you feel like the only way to make it is to have an abortion.
Women can't control themselves when they get caught up in the moment. I just say that.
So, anywho, I was.
Can you control yourself?
What do you mean?
When you get caught up in the moment, can you control yourself?
Not always,
no.
But
all right.
I mean,
anyway,
I wouldn't
no.
move.
The answer is no.
How she moved, in which my take on it was she may very much love him because she begs for him to stay, but she does not respect him.
You're right.
She doesn't respect him. She doesn't value him as a person, as a man, to make a decision like that. And he wanted that child. And your excuse was you need to save more money. And she was making well over 6 figures.
Yeah, 45 minutes. We're gonna have to do another one. Love and respect are two totally different things. And coming from Mr. Alphacology himself, I value respect. I'd rather a woman respect me than just love me. You understand what I'm saying? So, with that being said, like, I'm going to give my closing remarks on this whole topic. You got to look at the childhood upbringing, but what's more important, you got to look at the body of work that they've done on themselves to better themselves. Right? And sometimes you can't do that right away, first date. Sometimes you got to sit and observe. So it might take you a couple weeks or two to figure out if you could take that woman seriously or not. But you shouldn't be in no rush, because you should be focused on your purpose in life anyway. That's the whole point. You should be looking to see if that woman can add to your life, add value to your life, and help you get toward your goals. No matter how perfect her family was or family is, I don't care if she had 100 body count or 0 body count and is a virgin. If she can't fit in your life and help you get to your goals, you don't need her. That's my whole point. I need to drink some more Remy though.
Signing off?
Yeah, I'm signing off, man. The consultation, this is my last month. Go ahead and book your consultations. Hit me up on Twitter, Jones G Fashaw. Hit me up on IG, Mufasa_Fashaw. Facebook, Gregory M Fashaw, FASHAW. Any donations? Let me pull up the donations. Shout out to James Scott. Thank you for the $55 cash out. Appreciate it. Shout out to Ricky for the $120 cash out. Appreciate it. That's what I got this week, man. Your funds will go to Alphacology, not to
me.
Not to her, but the Alphacology, man. You'll see me, man. I do have a new YouTube video out called Being Alpha. That was with Kirby Comedy when I was up in Atlanta, man. Go ahead, cop the book, Alpha Male Rules to Live By. And like I always say, man, this is not tea, it's protein. By the way, the book is on Amazon if you guys are asking. Go ahead, hit my inbox if you have any questions. Peace out.